Welcome back to episode 4, guys. Thank you for following along. As you can see, we do have to use a winch to pull the car up onto the hoist. Unfortunately, both of us can't push this low, heavy thing up there. It's finally time to get the headers on, so I'm starting with the passenger side, just getting it lined up, putting all the bolts in, and snugging them all the way down. That's one side complete. Just flipping to the other side here, getting all the bolts lined up. That was the most important thing, getting them lined up, and then tightening them all by finger. Now it's time just to grab a ratchet and cinch them all the way down, make easy work of it. Let's raise this heavy pig up into the air. It is time to get underneath it and to put the Y pipe back onto the exhaust. Here we are just cinching up the Y pipe. What you don't know is I actually took out the beginning part where we had this upside down, so we did have to flip it the other way. That way the exhaust can actually point out the correct way from underneath the car. This is one of my more favorite fun parts, guys. As you can see, this is the timing gear cover. I'm just going around it with a carbide bit and a razor blade, cleaning it all the way up. And then, of course, I'm going to spray it with some brake cleaner, parts cleaner, wipe it all the way down and make it nice and shiny. Here I am just scraping the block just like I did that timing cover. Last thing we want is any residue on there or leftover gaskets. We want to try to make a nice seal for all the new gaskets in between those two pieces. Let's take a little break. Let's grab a drink. Of course, G Fuel, guys, code JDM Muscle will save you 20%. It's the only energy drink that does not hurt my stomach, guys.
That's it right there. That's all you need. Because right when it hits that, it's going to squish out. You don't want to put so much that it fucking like oozes everywhere. You know what I mean? You literally, this is all you need. I just start from one side of the gasket. I go up and down, so it's kind of like a weld. Just kind of pushing it on the metal in the gasket. Boom. Look at that. See how much RTB's in there?
Yep.
That's it. That's it. Because when it squishes down, it's going to squish out.
Time to finally put that front cover down. The clip before, as you can see, Barry did put some RTV on the corners to seal it up so we don't have any oil leak. Now, doing this, there is kind of a particular order you do want to do. As you can see, I'm starting on the bottom to kind of pull it down, and then I'm going to slowly do the other bolts. When doing it like this, you don't just pull it down, but you don't just cinch it straight to the motor. You do want a nice connection at the bottom. So that's why I'm starting with the bottom bolt, and then I'm going to kind of work my way up. That way it doesn't just pull down and it doesn't just stick it straight to it. Most important thing is making it sit flat. Now here I am just cinching them all the way down, but not all the way tight. I just want to make sure I have a nice, smooth connection of all the bolts, and then I'm going to go through and then tighten them all down properly. But like I said, let's make sure this cinches correctly. That way we don't have any front seal leaks. Last thing we want to do is take this all apart and have to repair some leaks. Now we're just setting up the tool to put the crank pulley back on, guys. There is a tool you can buy or rent that actually will help you put that on correctly. That way it cinches down flat and you don't get it on crooked. It is a little bit of work, guys, grabbing a big old wrench and turning it turn by turn by turn, but slowly and surely you will get the crank pulley to walk all the way down until it butts up. When you can't move it anymore, you are flat, all the way pressed up against. Here I am adding some red Loctite to that main crank bolt. From here, guys, I basically just grab the impact gun and I cinch it all the way down. Don't need to go crazy on it, but that's basically the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, you can do it with a torque wrench. Right here, I am taking the gaskets all off. That way we have a nice flat surface. These are actually the spacers for my LS1 style pump going on my 5.3 Silverado truck engine. So I do have spacers to make sure the LS1 pump does line up properly with the rest of my pulleys on the 5.3 truck engine. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. It is sped up 8 times, but for some reason I just love watching the gasket disappear as you clean this up. Like I said, after I scrape it clean, I'm going to spray parts cleaner all over it and make it nice and shiny and flat. That way the new gaskets can sit flush. All right, guys, take a peek at that. Look at how good it's starting to look. We're starting to see the bare metal. Now here in a second, let's clean it all the way off. All right, guys, so right here, it takes a little bit of time, but what I'm doing is going pump, gasket, my adapter, and then another gasket over it. So it takes a little bit of time to get it set up, but that is how I have to run this LS1 pump on an LS truck motor just for the bracket spacing to be correct. So still getting everything ready. Now it's kind of a pain in the butt on mine because my race fans are so close to this pump. So once I get it down into place, all I'm trying to do is get 1 or 2 screws started. Like I said, it's a little heavy, but it is doable. As you can see, Barry just kind of helps out with a hand and cinches a couple bolts down. That way it's nice and easy and I'm not stripping anything out or putting any screws in crooked. But with easy work, you can see we've tightened it all the way down. That LS1 water pump is in. Or I guess if you're putting the truck pump back on, it'd be the same steps. Depending on your swap, if you have this or not, this is going to be my power steering bracket. It is a power steering relocate bracket, but of course for mine, I do have to put this back on, which puts my power steering up at the top and my alternator down towards the bottom. My bracket is held on by all Allens, so this is just a quick little buzz of getting all those Allens tightened down. Putting the belt on is pretty tough when you don't have much space, but with a little bit of weaseling, I was able to get the belt over by myself. I did need an extra hand just to use to tighten everything down and to pull tight on the tensioner. All I'm doing here is putting on the upper radiator hose. Off camera, I do put the lower radiator hose on, but it wasn't the best view, so I didn't think I'd have to show it off. And guys, this is where I kind of finish up the video. After I cinched this down, we thought this was a nice spot to stop. We basically have the long block and everything put back together. We've got the heads on, and at least this is a nice spot. We can park it, cover it up, and no water or anything will get to it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, peace out, and until next time.